All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to some more Link to the Past Season 6 Randomizer League. We have Spoiler Week this week. We have Homemade Beer from Beats from Yeast, First Humbug from Infinity, and Pgog. These teams have won races, so I'm going to go ahead and update that right now. My name is Tracy, and with me today is Star. How are you doing, Star?
Doing good. How are you doing, Tracy?
Oh, pretty good. This is, we got, as I'm putting in the points right now, we have Homemade Beer and the Beats from Yeast with 15 points, 5-1 record, and Humbug and Team Candy and Pagog with 12 points, 4-2 record. So both relatively near or at the top of the division. This week is going to be an important one.
You're cutting out quite a bit. Might need to do a refresh. You're fine in the setup, VC, but you're a bit robotic.
Okay, let me leave and come back.
All right. While you do that, I'm going to run over what this move today is. We have ourselves this week, for week 4, we have Pilot Spoiler Key Sanity. So, Pilot Spoiler means that one of the teammates for each runner, so that is Moogle Charm for Homemade Beer and Will WC for Humbug, has just received the spoiler log because they're about to get going here on the restream and they just got going in race time. The pilot, Moogle Charman will have the spoiler log, so they are in a voice call with Beer and Humbug, respectively. Not all four are the same, I should note. And they are telling the runners where to go. And then Homemade Beer and Humbug are responsible for following their pilot's directions and executing the seat. It is Open 7-7 and Key Sanity, as we get a small key to GT in Link's house. In case anyone is wondering, this is the Puzzle Games MSU. We've got a Cuckoo sprite on the left and Yoshi sprite on the right. You back, Tracy?
Yeah, can you all hear me now?
That seems good.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is, you mentioned I see you mentioned the pilots. Yeah, I have the spoiler log. I don't know if you've looked at it yet. I will only look at it. There will come a time when we'll be looking at it because, it will dictate, some of the things we see. But right now, I assume Will and Moogle are busy looking at the spoiler while these guys are checking things out. Big Hit of Skull Woods is maybe not something you pick up if you looked ahead of time, but then again, maybe there's something in that big chest.
Yeah. To know that this is a typical early game play in Pilot Spoiler of any type, Key Sanity or not, is to just go to Kakariko and do the checks. Since the pilot receives a spoiler log at the same time as the runner gets going, it takes a few minutes to get an idea of the early game route. So CAC has a lot of checks. It's fairly quick. You're usually going to find something of use in here, such as a glove. Small Key to Skull Woods is also pretty useful.
I'll say so far we've seen a glove here. Oh, Small Key to Turtle Rock might be necessary. Also, you'll notice that we already have the pendants and crystals marked. Yeah, the Small Key to Turtle Rock will need that. That is a crystal we're seeing there. We're getting stuff for Skull Woods and it's a pendant. We'll see.
Oh, that's a suspicious game. Lamp on the bottle,
nice easy lamp. Yeah, you don't skip that when it's that easy to pick up.
It's one of those things you might skip if it's someplace stupid and you don't hard require it.
There are definitely stupid enough places that you could skip that lamp as long as the fire rod is available.
Yeah, that's what I said, as long as it's not hard required. But yeah, CAC is generally an early play to give your pilot a couple minutes to take a look at the log and see where to go next, because there's usually something required there. You can pick up ammo and money too, which is just generally useful, even if you don't necessarily care.
A little bit of divergence. Beer gonna go ahead and do something in the castle. Only 3 bombs and no weapons, so I'm guessing we're not going very far.
Looks like we're heading straight for Dark Cross.
Which you don't need a weapon if you have the lamp. I mean, technically, you don't need a weapon if you do have the lamp, if you really know your dark rooms, but with the lamp, it's just that much easier. Now, Humbug looks like he's headed up to the mountain.
Yes, he is. Is a triple dead in the spoiler log? I believe that is a relatively newish change to the log, yes. Drop groups and triples are in there, as well as stun prizes.
Okay, so...
Lamp also making the old man cave nice and easy, though both know how to do it without. And there's a sword. That'll be live damage.
Yeah, I mean, the old man cave is one of the first... I think it should be everybody's first dark room to learn. But it's not free if you don't have a thing. Obviously, the sword is pretty good, but also like a hook shot or a boomerang. Some people will use bombs or arrows. But of course, with the lamp, we don't have to worry about any of that. But yeah, interesting that Beer prioritized that sword. Interesting that Humbug is. Actually, I shouldn't say Beer and Humbug at this point. We're early enough that it's really their pilots. So Moogle prioritizing the sword and
Sword to Mini Moldorm.
and Will and Will prioritizing the mountain. So it looks like there's something in Spec Rock Cave. Oh,
that Mitz would do it.
Yeah, I mean, we want those.
We sure do. Let's see. We have ourselves Moon Pearl and Mini Moldorm Cave.
No. I mean, this makes sense because with the sword, the Mini Moldorm Cave, you don't have to worry about missing your bombs. And we're gonna need those mitts anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me if the runners just sort of flip what they did right now as Humbug heads over to the castle, and Homemade Beer is looks like he's gonna head over to the mountain. It looks like we have our Dark World access is with mitts, which not anybody's favorite Dark World access, but if we know where know where the hammer is, and or know that there's nothing in the Thieves' Town big chest, we don't care so much.
Yep. Blue Mail is an interesting detour for Humbug. So one thing to note is that, as with all spoiler log modes, especially pilot, you don't tend to get as much safety. So we did see Bear pick up a full heart container in Mini Moldorm Cave. Humbug and Will deciding that they wanted to take a little bit of a detour to Uncle Chest real quick for Blue Mail.
I mean, that kind of detour can make a difference. We'll see. But on the other hand, not dying also can make a difference. So it's kind of, pick your poison there. Do you want to go the 30 seconds or so out of the way to pick up the blue mail to be a little safer? Or do you chance it with the green mail? And I'm guessing Homemade Beer. I mean, the other mail upgrade might be available somewhere. I don't see anyone ever going after the red mail, going out of their way. But, unless it, comes, on path, and both mail upgrades are just straight on path. So,
yeah, but we'll have to see. Tracy and I are referring minimally to the spoiler log, they're then just commenting on, okay, why did they skip this thing?
I haven't looked at it yet. I'll look at it when we get late in the game and somebody wants to know, like, where are the silvers, or what was the medallion for? Oh, we have the medallions listed, or where something interesting was, that kind of thing. Lamp is actually one of those things that often comes up in that. Where was that lamp that we didn't go get it? Oh, hey, it was deep in Pendant Ice Palace. We're just not doing it.
Yeah, but today the lamp was free on Bottlemen. Yeah, I mean, there was something $100 in blind
it
sides,
cost
maybe.
rupees, but it was otherwise free. Yes.
I mean, there was 100 rupees in blind side. I think it was.
That worked out well. And to be fair, they might not have even gotten to the point where they knew where it was when they picked it up, because it was still pretty early in the race.
That was the I'm in CAC, give my pilot a few minutes to read the log.
Yep, exactly.
Pick up stuff, basically, is what they were at. It does look like Beer will be slightly ahead of Humbug getting those mitts, mostly due to the Uncle play. That's about the only significant divergence between our runners today so far.
And they both picked up that heart container. I like it.
Yeah, it makes sense as discussed. Low percent strats are a thing. Not sure what happened to Humbug's screen there, and Humbug is going to make a play over to Ice Rod Cave, it looks like, which Beer skipped for the moment. We'll see what this is, and...
Yeah, I mean, you can come back here easy enough with the flute if you know you're getting it, so... And we do know we're getting it, we just don't know... We don't know when. They may have routed in already. Let's see what's here that Humbug wants it really badly right now.
Yeah, because flute, Meyer is a medallion. We will need a flute at some point, it just might not be anytime fast. Alright, heading straight into the C-shaped house. This is presumably deliberately routed. At this point, you don't tend to see runners go out of their way for checks specifically. Money's an interesting play.
Yeah, no, but there's something in chess game. And that's flippers over in Ice Rod Cave. We don't necessarily need flippers. So, there's something in Swamp Palace.
Yeah. Otherwise, because both runners could just fake flipper to ice. Mirror is chess game. That would be why he wanted the money.
Yeah. And we're running something in back of escape from Humbug.
Looks like it. Very interesting divergence now from our runners. Humbug doing a little bit of extra late world cleanup before going dark world here, as Beer just headed straight to the village of Outcasts with those mitts and Merle.
Ether
is very much required.
That's an Ice Rod.
We need
and
that.
some money. I kind of like the way Humbug did this better because he could skip now the C-shaped house for that 20 rupees to do the chess game.
That is good, yeah, because C-shaped house is a little bit more of a detour than, well, speaking of flute, there's that, I guess.
So Homemade Beer's plan, it looks like, was get mirror, get flute, activate it, and then he'll go get his flippers when, I mean, he can do it anytime he wants, really.
Yeah, because we still don't have hammer or hookshot, as it were, for Specky Clip, to go into Swamp Palace at the moment. Or do we have a Swamp Palace small key, for that matter. So
Yeah,
Flipper's perhaps not the most urgent thing to pick up right now.
It could be the first chest. We might not need the small key.
It's also true, but we'll have to see, depending on the runner's routing.
And Homemade Beer leaving Thieves Town, not completing it right now. Has everything he needs except can't with the big key. Never mind, we got keys. We got Key Sandy going, so
it's an easy thing to forget.
nice 50 rupee return for a Humbug on the chess game.
Yep. But yeah, we kind of need the Thieves Town big key.
Oh gosh, yeah. Homemade Beer is going to try and turn the Smith. It actually costs 10 rupees to get this item.
Oh,
I think he can turn him in.
It?
Yeah, it does. So I think he's got to come back with some money.
Yeah, he's gonna be annoyed when he sees this.
I don't know what the Smith says. Oh, he just doesn't talk to you.
Ew,
oh yeah, now I definitely like the Humbug will choice to do the back of escape first, because 50 rupees is enough to get both things.
Yes, it is.
And now, yeah, Homemade Beer is going to be scrambling to find some money. Now, if the item's on the purple chest and not on the actual Smith, you could theoretically just not bother. You don't actually have to grab the Smith item, but it looks like he's getting money, so we're going to see. That was probably a quick scramble from Moogle to try and find. Okay, where's the quickest money?
Yep. Humbug doing a quick. It's a good thing they remembered, because that is something that's easy to forget. I honestly forgot that was a thing.
Fire Rod. Yeah,
Fire Rod would do that. Yep. On the other side, Humbug took an extra detour in the front of Thieves Town to get a heart container that Beer also skipped.
Yeah, Humbug's so far routing in extra safeties, which is really interesting.
Yeah. Because the
heart has the blue mail.
Yeah, the blue mail costs maybe 30 seconds. The extra heart, probably another 30-ish.
Probably not even that for the extra heart. The blue mail is definitely more significant, but it's also a more significant upgrade, so.
Yeah, maybe 15 seconds or something to go the extra room. Not quite sure exact math, but a little bit of extra time. But the thing is, too, that these are both very, very skilled runners, and these tend to be an hour-ish for seeds. These are fairly fast.
Yeah,
so
these are much faster than normal.
So seeds. Even a 30-second time loss can and will add up sometimes. We are going to see a friend of Skull Woods play, which is interesting.
Okay, it looks like maybe that big key is required. Also interesting that Beer's just going to drop in and do it this way and not do the traditional bomb jump. I'm not sure if there's a time save involved by doing it this way.
Big key to Eastern would be why we need that.
Yeah, if that's the only thing we need, I can imagine that just going in for that makes sense. This is a pen... Yeah, is this... Yeah, this is a pendant dungeon. Oh, we got a Palace Darkness something. With a small key or big key?
Small key. So that makes sense. We need minimum of 2 to beat the dungeon. More, minimum, yeah, like more or less. You need a few keys for pod. Exact number they'll need is going to depend on if there's any items in there, but you need at least one to get to Helma if you want to go right side.
Interesting. We're still in Skull Woods. This is still a pendant dungeon, so
we did
There's something else here. There's something else here.
There is. Humbug is heading in the same direction as well, so we need that. Having also picked up his Fire Rod without the money shenanigans. And honestly, the unfortunate lack of money for B, or Humbug also got lucky on Chess Game for getting some money off that, too.
It's especially interesting because people forget that there's a money component to the Smiths because it's like 10 rupees. It's like
it is. Like normally you get there with some money. It's not, Smiths is not a super early game check. You've generally got some money there. Except for when you're in Pilot Spoiler, then maybe not.
Well, we got something on Moth, or we've got a pet seed.
One or the other. We'll have to see.
Is this the green pendant? It is not. The
It is
Harris,
not.
the green pendant. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the little bit of time lost that Beer took to go get the money does negate a bit of Humbug's time spent getting safeties.
Absolutely.
But Beer
Also,
is still.
Yeah, go ahead.
Spear has a slight lead on Humbug here in Skull Woods, but Humbug's got the flippers, so pros and cons. And Ice Rod on Humbug's side, so yeah.
Yeah, Beer will have to get that ice rod, and probably I assume we'll have to get those flippers as well.
I'd assume that you're not going all the way to Ice Rod Cave for flippers unless you absolutely need them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Although it is also possible that their pilot may have misread a spoiler log, because that does happen sometimes. There's a lot going on in pilot spoiler.
Very nicely done for Homemade Beer. Just 2 hearts left, which you can't take a hit from off. That is a hammer.
That's a hammer.
And
we
he's
don't
not
need
great.
Ped.
Okay. Dashing everybody's Ped dreams by not even picking up the pendant.
Nope.
But we do need that hammer.
We very much need that hammer. That is quite the spot for it.
Alright, Humbug's turn on the moth fight has an extra heart and has that blue mail, so everything is going to do 1 heart of damage to him, as opposed to with Beer, where the moth attacks would have been 2 hearts of damage.
Yep. We are getting a mountain play here from Beer. It's absolutely not for TR, that's for sure. He's got no cane for starters, and no Ice Rod or keys.
We're early.
But there is something he wants up here, evidently, because he's taking another trip up here with, let's see, it's not... Well, he might as well get the money on Spec Rock. They do need pod money at some point eventually, to note, if absolutely nothing else.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's literally right there in your face.
Are we doing all dungeons anyway? Maybe. There's indications there's something in Swamp Palace. We didn't... Yeah, Beer did not enter Hera, though, so I'm guessing there's nothing there. There's a small key on the island, which maybe we have to pick up.
Hera's a hot load of nothing, by the way, looking at the log. That's why they're not going in. There is absolute junk in it. It's got 2 maps, and yeah, that's mostly a load of junk. There's a key in the basement of Hera, but I don't know where the Hera Smalls is.
Yeah, I can't imagine we need more than a couple 3 pod keys. Like a lot of stuff is behind 6 pod keys, but if you know exactly where you're going, you don't have to pick up all those keys. You'll want 2 ideal. If you just need to get to the boss, you'll want 2. Otherwise, you don't really want to be going down the right side if you can avoid it.
No.
Unless there's something there.
Yeah, of course. I'll have to see. Humbug is going to make a play over to the hobo with the flippers he picked up earlier. I continue to be intrigued by how very divergent our runners are. I come to see it yesterday where the runners followed very similar routes, and this is not that.
Okay,
Super Bunny Cave
totally
boots.
Understand why Beer and his pilot Moogle prioritize this, because early boots is good. We like early boots.
And
so
on the other side,
Humbug's not going for that yet.
There's a bottle of a hobo, apparently.
Yeah, there was a bottle.
Sick Kid.
So Sick Kid's got something.
Mushroom. Okay, Gabe.
Oh boy, and not even enough to buy a potion, really.
At least I've got the flute to turn it in.
I would still go get the boots first, though.
Probably would too, but maybe there's something here that would make the mountain play more appealing.
Yeah, chat wants a shovel.
Let's see.
Big key. Okay.
Yeah, big key to Hera. Interesting.
I thought you said there was nothing in Hera. That's a cane.
That's what I thought.
Paradox.
So.
I feel like that might have been a mistake.
That might have been, yeah. Paradox. That was a key and a pod key in Paradox, I believe. Oh, green pendant, maybe. I did not check that part.
Ooh, but you don't need. Well, I guess it depends on where the hook shot is. You don't necessarily need the optional big keys. The Hera big key is the least optional big key, because sometimes you need it for the hook shot. And looks like we have 1 item in Hookshot Cave. Are we going to try to hover? No, we're not. Okay. 20 rupees. Oh, we are gonna try and hover this. We're gonna have hover chicken.
Yep.
I mean, you'd think the chicken could have enough on its wings to just fly across, you know? But that heart container is not what he's looking for. Oh, he wants the sword. Okay, cool.
That would make sense. Yeah, I don't know about the mushroom play there.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
I guess that's me jumping in the log earlier, but I did not expect to suddenly see that. We'll see. I won't look at Saha for the moment just to see how that goes. Yeah,
Yes,
Sammy's also got the log.
Sammy's got, yeah, well, Sammy's the tracker. She needs the log. Shout outs to Sammy Moss for doing the tracking for us.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nice. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 2 swords. Ooh.
And we are going to get TR open now for Humbug. I'm a little surprised Beer didn't do when he took the portal, to be honest, but anyhow. Not a huge deal either way. But that is tempered, and it looks like... Are we going to see a swap play now? Where are we going now?
It could be. We have...
Well, he needs to get the flippers first, right?
Beer cannot do swamp yet.
He doesn't have flippers, that's the biggest problem. Yeah, I just realized. Where is he going becomes the next question, then.
We're gonna see Hype Cave, and then maybe he heads over to Ice Rod Cave to get those flippers right afterwards.
And oh right, Beer didn't have magic to use either to open TR earlier. That would be why. Let's see. Big key to pod is required, and a small key to ice is an inch. Fun pickup, I guess.
You don't really need small keys to ice when you have Cane Samaria plus hammer plus gloves. I mean, it can make the routing a little bit better.
I guess he was there, so why not?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wouldn't go detour for it, like if the pod big was on the NPC, I probably wouldn't bomb the wall for Ice Palace small in the back, but that's okay. There is Humbug's first sword, the second sword, Brain. It's going to TR off Stumpy. We do need 3 of them minimum, as long as the chest doesn't have anything.
Does anybody in chat know if Humbug hovers? Because I'm curious if he's ever going to get if he'll get that tempered sword, or if there's another one out there that'll be better for him to get.
I don't know. He does not know how to hover. Okay. Thank you, Dante.
Thank you, Dante.
We are going to get a Meyer area play here for Beer. Heading straight to checkerboard.
He's apparently a Moldorm bouncer, which, you know, could be relevant in this seed, because Swamp is a pendant.
Potentially. Bow and checkerboard is an important pickup.
Yeah, we do need that bow today, because we do have crystals in Eastern and Pod.
Yep, no skipping that.
Okay, what else are we doing up here, Humbug? And just as an aside, I haven't seen any of our players in chat yet, but if they do happen to pop into chat, that is totally legal this week. We are not playing on a delay. You are allowed to watch your opponent's stream. You are allowed to watch the restream. I think different runners have different feelings about that sort of thing in terms of whether they want to or not, or maybe, you know, it might be the pilot watching as well.
Yep, we have an interesting play from Humbug. With that cane, and both rods, and 1 TR small, no big key, he's in.
Not a lot we can do yet.
I'm interested to see why he's in here for. The big key to desert might be why.
We need that. Yeah, he's not done yet. We need that.
Yeah, I'm just curious to go in here this early for it, since we don't...
Because he's already up here. I think it makes sense. And it may very well be that Beer, if he'd been able to open... If he'd had the magic to open TR, he might have done that as well.
That's true.
And Humbug passing the IQ test and going the correct direction when you don't have the hook shot.
It is easy to forget.
I can joke about it because I forget most of the time, so, you know.
We are going to go right side here for Beer. Has 2 pod keys, which you can do a fair bit with depending on how you choose to route. We don't know where our other 4 are. Logically, you're supposed to get all 6, but especially in Pilot Spoiler, nobody cares. He's not, nothing on right side he wants, he's just using it to save keys, as there's our 4th sword! Okay, Gabe.
Okay, that totally makes sense that Humbug would go get that sword. And plus, getting the desert big key helps as well. I imagine Beer skips that sword. It's a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go do whatever it is they want to do with Hera.
Yeah, I think we're gonna find out the Hera situation here.
Yep. But that's actually a pretty reasonable sword to pick up, especially if he doesn't hover, as we are heading straight to the pod maze here. That would
Yeah,
not needing the bottom chest.
Especially if you know your opponent hovers and you expect your opponent's going to get that sword.
No.
Ah, we need to get another Turtle Rock small key here.
That makes sense.
We need 3 of them to finish the dungeon. 4 logically, but unless there's something in Lava Chest, we don't care about that 4th key.
Yeah, apparently we don't need anything else in pod, I guess, because it looks like Beer is angling to just finish the dungeon here.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's
a little slow to run back through.
Yeah, okay, this totally makes sense, yeah. Well, because I'm guessing wherever the 3rd pod small key is bad enough that it's just worth going this way.
Yeah, he does not want to come back here. Small key
TR okay.
4. Okay, apparently I can't read a spoiler log. Gosh dang it.
Well, there's 4 TR small keys. You don't necessarily need to get that particular one.
No, that's the other thing that's curious.
It may be that Humbug and Will are planning on skipping the one that Beer went out of his way to get in pod.
Yes, potentially.
They both were pretty they were both pretty out of the way, honestly.
Yeah. No, I see. I just spoiler log. The wording of spoiler log is a little weird sometimes, and I just misread the thing. I did not get to sleep.
Well, and I don't always agree with all the room names, so to speak.
Yeah.
I won't get into that now, but there's just a few. They're like, maybe that because some of the room names are based on like memes over the years and such, and
yeah,
you kind of want to see that someone that's never watched a race on SG could read the spoiler and figure it out. So to speak.
Anyone know where to? Anyone? Well, actually, no, that wording, right? Do you want to know where our remaining pod keys are?
Sure.
Laser Bridge, Fire, and Waterfall Fairy.
Okay, well, we're not getting the Laser Bridge one for sure.
No,
okay,
Fire and Waterfall Fairy.
Yeah, there we go. That's 3. So now we've accounted for all the TR small keys. So yeah, Humbug's not getting that one in pod. There's no doubt now.
Looks like it. Choosing to do the whole chain with the mushroom rather than run through right side pod twice, I guess.
Well, plus you have to get the extra pod key. So like Humbug can now just go right side and just go to the boss and doesn't have to get one of those extra pod keys. I'm not gonna sit here and say which one's the better choice. And let's face it, when you're when you're the pilot looking at the spoiler log, you have to make those split-second decisions. It's not even that obvious then.
Yeah, keep on Helma. Well, nice safety. Okay. And I meant more so, Humbug could have done the same thing as Beer and gone to right side twice, but decided he didn't want to do that and just use the keys instead to run straight to Helma.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which, pros and cons, it's a choice to make between the runner and the pilot as to how they want to route specific things.
Yeah, and chat's saying it best. Under pressure, finding the best routes is not easy.
Yeah, and the best route isn't necessarily going to be the same for each runner, depending on skill level, what tricks they know, and so on.
Well, yeah, we even saw that in this seed where Homemade Beard hovered to get his sword, and Humbug took an extra trip into Turtle Rock to get his.
Yeah.
And, our dungeon, we're seeing a different order of dungeons. Humbug able to finish up Desert, because he's already grabbed that Desert Big Key. He's going to do that now. Doesn't have the things to do Mire here at the same time. It wouldn't surprise me if he headed over to Pod Eastern after this. It wouldn't surprise me if Beer goes back to the mountain. But he might actually be able to full clear Turtle Rock at that point. He hasn't gotten his ice rod, doesn't need to remember to go get that.
Yep, that is in the back of Escape, but that's really quick to get with a save quit, so not too bad. Desert Big Key is in the first chest of TR. Beer didn't have enough magic to open TR, something I missed earlier. Which he might have gotten it otherwise, but sometimes that's just how it ends up working out. Because Humbug made that early play to TR while he was up on the mountain.
Yep.
Picked up the Desert Big as well as his Temperate Sword in front of TR. Beer's third sword is from hovering in Hookshot Cave. Beer might. I don't remember what else was on right side. TR off the top of my head.
I didn't even see what was on the other item, so...
Oh, the other item was junk, so beer's probably not going to go over there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're doing Ice Palace now? We're doing Ice Palace now.
I guess you need to do it at some point, so might as well.
We've got Kane and Samara. The only thing you could... I mean, we don't really... The hookshot has logical implications, although the key... You know, people worry about the key logic in Ice Palace. It's actually easier. Key logic in Ice Palace is easier in Key Sandy than it is in regular modes. The right side is hook locked unless the big key happens to be there. Regardless, because you can use your keys in bad ways. Once, you know, the thing about Ice Palace key logic, and this isn't 100%, but in general, if the Ice Palace big key is available, that's when you get your hook shot locked, because there are two small doors afterwards.
Nope.
Okay, what are we getting in the back?
Heart piece, big key to TR, we need that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I imagine Beer's gonna go do Turtle Rock and just finish it.
I'd expect so at this point.
Or not.
Or not. Okay.
Oh, he hasn't gotten his ice rod yet. Oops.
That would be why, yes, just remembered.
Glad he remembered before he started. I mean, he only lost about, what, 10, 15 seconds with the extra save and quit. Really glad he remembered before.
Silvers!
Oh, nice, silvers. That's really nice. That's a nice free silvers.
That is. You're gonna pick that up with an icebreaker.
Oh yeah, that's so free. Like, in the old days, pre-icebreaker, you're not getting those silvers.
No, but with icebreaker... No, but with icebreaker, sure, these riders can do silverless cannon, but why do it when you don't have to? Big key to GT is also very much required.
Oh, he's not gonna go and do Turtle Rock right now. Where? Okay. Oh, he's gonna flute there. We fluting up to one, or we're doing something else? No, we're doing something else.
Okay, where is he going? Oh, he got a bottle from someplace I totally missed. That's
I miss his bottle, but he wants this mushroom.
Both runners playing towards the
he
mushroom.
Wants the TR, the extra TR small. Is that 3 for him?
There are 4 pods. TR smalls are blind set, Stumpy, the pod maze, and the Hero big chest.
Yeah, so that's all of them for beer. So it may be that Humbug does it. We may need to. Yeah, we might need it for lava chest.
No. Yeah. Well, no. Beer's only got 3. He hasn't done Hera. It's Humbug who's done Hera.
Yeah, but he there's no reason to get this Hera big key unless he's planning on getting the TR small key. So he will have 4.
Yeah, never mind. That's me being someplace scatterbrained. Is Hookshot someplace terrible? Haven't checked, Wolfram. We are keeping Swirlog references to a minimum right now.
Okay.
Is Cold Stairs down for Humbug?
So, chat suggesting the sick kid is just faster than stealing the key. That may be true. I've certainly not timed it, so can't say.
Oh, that's possible.
Because you know, in my spare time when I'm thinking of things to time, that's the thing I'm thinking of timing, right?
It is possible. Beer not picking up his flippers, even though he's pretty close to them, which is always interesting. Humbug is playing over to Waterfall Fairy.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Humbug just decided to pick up the flippers just to make everything easier.
That's also possible, because we don't actually know why he picked up those flippers, given that Beer is not picking them up. Humbug is getting that pod small, though. So he is also playing towards that pod key, the TR key in the back of pod, it seems?
Yeah, he's got 3 pod smalls, which means he can open the front door and still get... he doesn't have to run down... He doesn't have to run down the right side at all. He's got 2 small keys to get to the back with a hammer jump, and then he can, get the front easily enough with... he can... open the door to the boss.
Yeah, 3 keys does help with that. He doesn't have to run down right side twice the way Beer did.
He doesn't have to run down right side at all. I don't think there was anything...
no,
I don't think there was anything to the right.
There was. Beer skipped those chests. It's junk. Whatever
Chat's
it was.
suggesting... I mean, in some sense, we already know it's a hover seed because of the sword that was in Hookshot Cave. But is it a true hover seed? Well, hover/bounce seed. We'll find out. I don't know where that hookshot is. I'm not going to look it up at the moment.
No.
If the runners get into Ganon's tower and there's no hookshot still, we'll look it up.
Yeah. Do you want to know what was right on right side pod? I'm trying to remember what checks those are on the log.
not sure. I don't think there was anything on the right side. I think just
Well, Beer didn't open it, so...
Yeah, because he just went that way so he could save the extra key.
Yeah.
It looks like
Interestingly,
Humbugs
the big key to Ice Palace was on right side pod, I think, if I'm reading it straight.
which we're both skipping.
Yeah,
Everybody's
so
skipping
whatever
it.
it's there, we're skipping it.
It just means you gotta remember to hit that switch, and both runners did, so we're good there.
Yep.
We're gonna get the puffs to the left side where the fire rod will do a little more damage. And Beer cleans it up afterwards. Oh, not quite. We're there now. There we go.
Yep. And that is another crystal for Beer.
Yeah, we'll be tied up in just a second.
Yep.
Are we? Wait, no. Oh, wait. Desert versus Eastern. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Though Eastern will be pretty quick, a Silver Humbug. Let's see where Beer's off to.
This could be TR now.
No. Where's he
Okay.
going?
Pyramid, Catfish. He's already done Pod Eastern. There's nothing more for him to do here. Hasn't picked up the green pendant, nor do I think is going to.
No, we did see that Humbug skipped that Moldorm earlier, so presumably they don't need to beat Hera. They just wanted to.
Yeah, they
TR
could
small
have easily done that.
Yeah, presumably they
this'll
don't need that.
be-
They just wanted the TR small from the Hero Big Chest
Right.
for reasons unknown, which we still haven't
We're,
figured out.
you know, that lava chest could still be something. Humbug now
It
gonna
could be.
finish up Eastern. They still have silvers for this.
Yep. Pyramid Ledge has our big key to Thieves Town.
Well,
we
we
need
kind of
that.
need that. So I wonder if Humbug will run there after he's done with Eastern here, or maybe I'm not sure it's even faster to leave through the hedge maze rather than just fluting to 5 again. So we'll see. And we're back into Village. Okay, we're just gonna do Thieves Town now. Now that we have that big key, we can do it.
I guess do your progression. Heart containment pickup for Humbug. They're both pretty healthy for this mode, honestly. We are at 9 hearts for Beer and 8 for Humbug. Ain't bad at all. Also going to pick up a small key to GT here. A little bit of difference there. We do have 2 GT smalls now, which...
Just means you don't
how
pick
much-
any up. I'm
Yep.
not sure the second one's worth it over doing the mini Helma. It's probably a wash one way or the other.
You do pass pretty close to the Eastern Big Chest, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, the Helmas also aren't that slow, but yeah.
And
Probably,
we've already gotten the
probably not
GT
real
big key.
difference.
Since we've already
Yep.
gotten the GTB key, we don't have to search for anything in GT. A friend of mine showed me the log from a seed that he and his partner did. It had a mirror in GT that was required to get your GT big key. That's always fun.
Yep, I think we might be. I think I saw a seed recently of the same thing. Might be the same one, maybe not.
It's like it's week 3 propagating, with that, the number of seeds where runners had to go into GT to get their pendant progression. But maybe we'll see a GT big key on PED this week. I don't know. It could happen.
Maybe. Yeah, at this point, obviously our runners know their pilots know where everything is because this is pilot spoiler, but from our end, what are they missing? We need the Desert Big Key.
No, we have that. We know where that is. It's in.
Oh, no, we
in
have
Turtle
Desert
Rock.
Spig, never mind. We need a
here it is.
Meyer Big.
We need a Meyer big at this point between the 2 runners, and that's it.
Yep, since Beer can
And-
hover and Humbug can Moldorm bounce.
If we're gonna do a hover bounce, then we're just gonna skip that hook shot.
Yeah.
We'll see
we know
though.
Beer
Like, if the hook shot's in a reasonable spot, you might see one of them get it. Depends on Beer looked pretty confident in his hovering. when he did Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, that was a very nice hover he did.
You can never say for sure where people are in terms of their Moldorm bounce, because that's not something you see until they actually have to do it.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know about Humbug on bouncing, but we'll have to see. We also still don't know why our runners have been getting all their TR keys, which some of them have been in kind of terrible spots.
I mean, maybe there's a hook shot there. Like, I don't know.
And we still don't know for sure why Humbug picked up those flippers, because Beer continues to avoid them.
You know what?
It might just be for routing.
I think he just decided that, I can get these extra things very easily with the flippers.
Yeah.
Instead, just figured they aren't that far out of the way.
Yep.
All right, Beer picking up the Thieves' Town. That gives him 4 crystals.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, because Skullwood's in the pendant.
I have to not count the pendant. I have to actively not count the pendant. Counting's hard.
Yeah. It's easy to just decide, I want to count every little icon, but no.
Exactly. Humbug is gonna go ahead and do that Thieves' Town play right now. And at some point, Beer needs to get into Turtle Rock to get the Desert Big. And we'll find out if the the argument from chat was you just get all 4 TR smalls and don't steal the key, which may or may not be faster. It wouldn't surprise me either way. But one thing it does do is it means you don't have to be really super careful and make sure you don't open that door. Which,
Yeah. I don't know how much the chain of everything into the Hero Big Chest was worth, though.
Yeah, it's so hard to say. But we're going to go ahead and see. We're going to see Turtle Rock from home maybe right now. So he'll get his Desert Big Key, and we'll see if there is anything else in here. Like, I don't know, a Hera Big Key.
Yeah, Humbug has not actually... Humbug has detoured for the Hero Big Key, but hasn't turned it in for a TR key yet. That is where his 4th is. Did Humbug actually pick up the one in the back of pod? Because I don't remember seeing if he went to the pod maze.
Okay, I'm really, really curious. But yeah,
Humbug skipped it.
I have to agree.
Interesting.
I
absolutely agree. It is not worth stealing the key.
Unless you're gonna go out of your way to buy a potion, then maybe if you were gonna buy a potion, but he didn't. He didn't have the money to buy a potion.
No, I'm a little baffled by it.
Yeah, there's that Desert Big Key.
Yeah, and especially because Humbug did Hobo for his bottle to Sick Kid, whereas Beer got his bottle from Paradox. Just adding to the... what now?
Okay,
yeah, and Humbug got the extra pod key from Waterfall Fairy, which is why I'm extra confused he didn't go for the TR small in the back. Maybe they realized, I misread something, never mind.
This is why it's cool that we get to have our people in chat. So... Vortex saying, forgetting his pen is probably what happened, as so often does in Pilot. And you see Will replying to that with a carrot saying...
I got you. That would make sense.
Yeah, okay. It's one of those things where we try to come up with all these creative reasons why things happen, and then it just turns out someone made a mistake or forgot something. So
that does happen.
It sure does.
Yeah, that explains a thing or two. It is easy to forget things, especially because there's so much going on.
Okay, well, he does have to remember not to open this door. Grab the key and leave. There we go. Good to see the bony chicken for a second.
Yep. And that's Thieves' Town done for Humbug, ER-Sun, so that is his 5th crystal. Alright, so apparently we don't need Lava Chest here.
Yeah, exciting, he didn't open the door. Okay, so I kind of like the way the routing worked out better for Humbug, in the sense that he got that Desert Big Key the first time up, whereas Beer is taking an extra trip up the mountain to do Turtle Rock now. There might still be something here, though, because Humbug, as I'm saying this, Humbug's heading up to the mountain, so the Hera Big Key could still be here.
Yeah, it could be.
It's not in Crystal Roller Room, though.
Nope, because he's skipping it. Yeah, Meyer BK might be here. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
about the
have
only
to.
thing they physically do not have in their inventories that they need for Go mode.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm seeing, yeah, if Marbiki is here, then his route is better. Actually, I would say this route is better for Beer because he was able to hover to get the tempered sword. Whereas I actually would still say for Humbug, the route he took was better because it got him his tempered.
That awesome. And so we are going to go check this chest on Laser
There it
Bridge
is.
for.
There it is. Through Marbiki. We are getting the
All right.
Marbiki because we need it. Did I say I might have said hair at some point instead of Myra? I do that sometimes, and I don't know why.
That is Humbug. Beer and Humbug shortly as well are both now functionally have everything in their inventory for Gobo. They've been in Nobo this entire time because it's Pilot spoiler, but they now have everything in their inventory to beat the seed.
What we call inventory mode. I mean, we really should come up with a term for what that is, in the sense that because Go mode is not accurate. You're in Go mode from the minute you look at the spoiler log.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but
And no mode is the same thing.
and
Yeah,
no mode is
no,
what we know, so that doesn't really work either.
nope. But actual functional, I have everything in my inventory is a bit different.
All right, so we're gonna see what's on Trinex here.
Yep. Um,
Probably nothing. Oh,
Half
hey,
magic is not nothing.
I mean, that is a really nice item. Would have been nice to have that before Trinex or before Cold Stare, Little
Yep.
details.
I don't think I'll look up Hookshot yet, just in case it's on the way in Maya or something.
Yeah,
But
runners getting GT without the hookshot will look.
yeah. Chat asking about the MSU. This is the Puzzle Games Mix MSU. First time I've heard it. It's not too bad. I say that as someone who has serious music sensitivities and cannot listen to many MSUs, but this one's actually not terrible. Context. No offense to anyone in particular, but it's just me. We are here off to My Earth, though, 45 minutes in. Yeah.
Yeah, so keep in mind, Humbug has already done Desert, Homemade Beer has not. So it's really hard to judge where we're at in terms of leads and such. I agree with Matt. This is really close. We'll get a better idea after Humbug gets out of here. Although the fact that Beer's doing Meyer before Desert is going to complicate that.
Yeah.
Meyer's super fast when you don't have to open anything, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. We might have a better idea once they both get their 7th crystal, I guess. Let's see. Oh, we watch.
Very big key for Humbug.
Also, now when I have everything in my inventory for Go mode,
and
someone says in chat walkthrough mode. Yeah.
Also, keep in mind that assuming the hookshot just doesn't decide to show up, we're going to be hover versus Moldorm bounce at the end here. So,
and that could make a difference depending on how long it takes each runner to get their respective strat.
Even the top hovers in the game sometimes just have bad days for hovering. And I would say the same thing. I mean, I have no idea how consistent Humbug is for the Moldorm bounce, but even if he's super consistent, like, it could just be, you just have a bad day with it. It happens.
Sometimes the game just doesn't want to cooperate, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes my fingers don't want to cooperate.
Oh, for sure. If you're getting the spooky off, nice. Let's see. While thinking about things, please do give both of our runners a follow, Beer and Humbug, as well as my co-com Tracy and our tracker Sanomas, always appreciated. And shoutouts to our pilots too, Wiggle Charm and Will WC. And Viddy's down at the same time as just after Trinex here for Beer and Humbug.
Both have really quick dungeons to do next, so.
Humbug does still need to physically get to Meyer, whereas it's a relatively quick mirror for Beer.
I mean, these are both. I feel like deserts may be a little bit faster from here for beer than Meyer's gonna be for Humbug. But again, when you're go mode in Meyer, it's pretty fast. So I'm gonna guess a homemade beer is gonna get into GT just a little bit earlier.
I think so, because the Meyer backrooms do take a bit to run through as well, compared to the desert backrooms, I guess. Because it's not just physically getting to the boss. Smitty's not that bad with silvers, but Landman's also not that bad with silvers.
No, I mean, these are both easy fights. I mean,
yeah.
And silvers is not, I mean, beer doesn't gain time by having the silvers on this fight, because Humbug did a fine job with the fire rod, so.
Yeah. Yeah, they have had very, very divergent routes, so it's really nice to see how close they are, despite the heavy amounts of divergence we've seen this seed.
And very interesting choices on Humbug's and Will's side. You know, getting the extra mail upgrade, getting the flippers in order to do some of the things. I don't think Beer did any. I think the only fake flippering Beer did was to get to Ice Palace. So I think there was some small key or another in Waterfall Cave that Humbug got a different small
pod
key.
Small.
It was probably a pod small.
Small, according to it was a pod small according to my notes. Yeah. But yeah, Beer getting out of Landmost while Humbug is still in the Meyer back room, so definitely the desert was the faster of the two.
Yeah, so, I mean, Humbug's not going to enter GT that far behind, but, like, at this point, this is Homemade Beer's race to lose. Now, we still have GT climb, things can happen. This is a pretty good heart count for Spoiler Log, even on Green Mail, but that Green Mail, I mean, it could make a difference. This is not going to be as free as your normal, decked out 14, 15, 16 heart plus, a mail upgrade you ran into by accident.
Yep.
And there's Vitreous down for Humbug. Yeah, and both runners had essentially had to triple dip the mountain, from what I can tell.
I think so. Because you have to go into because you had to make
you had to do TR
to
get your big keys to come down and do the things down here. I mean, maybe you could put off the mountain, but the first trip, I'm not sure. But the boots are just too powerful to want to leave those alone for a long time.
Yeah.
All right, Beer entering GT.
5111.
Is heading down
to Hope Room. Interesting. Let's hear. Not doing Hope Room is going to go right.
He's going right.
Okay. Hook shot here. Yeah, that's possible. It's not Pilot Room as much as chat would love it.
I think I see what's going on here. So we'll see. You'll all see in just a second. I think this is. I have a big enough lead because you can look and see what your opponent's doing, as we've mentioned before.
Yep.
There's only one thing that could possibly be here,
and that's hook shot.
That's the hook shot. There's literally nothing else
for it otherwise. And we do in fact see Wiggle Charm Beer's pilot in chat.
And there it is.
Yep.
And get the extra heart container. And yeah, now you need to grab this small key.
Yep, because he used one on the right side.
I should say you have to grab a small key. He could have just as easily. Well, maybe not. I think that's the faster one. The other option, if you'd forgotten to grab that small key, you could grab the pot key next to the torch. Humbug might just go. Like if he doesn't feel like if he feels like he can do this without the hook shot, he probably just goes. No, it looks like he's gonna go get it as well.
Yeah, it was a 52:23, I think, so just under like minute 10 seconds behind in getting into GT between our runners.
Yeah, and the thing is for Humbug, like it's not going to be faster to do the Moldorm bounce than it's going to be to use the hook shot. So he's probably better off going and grabbing the hook shot and hoping that just Beer makes a mistake somewhere. rather than trying, because the bolt arm bounce is slow and it's hard to get it first try. So this makes sense.
It does. And as our checker Sammy notes, there was a small key to GT in tile room. Not worth it though.
Oh God, no. Here's a hook shot for Humbug, and he'll start his climb as well.
Yep.
Humbug with that extra assurance of the blue mail. 2 fewer hearts though, but the blue mail is worth more than that, I would say, on most enemies. Now, of course, Link to the Past damage tables are weird.
Yep. Google noting in chat, we weren't sure if you were going cover, but yeah, should have gotten Eastern big chest for that GTU small. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal, but we'll need to go kill a mini helmet for
Hindsight is always 20/20, right?
It is.
Okay, yeah. Mimics, stay still for a second. Okay, well, there we go.
Very quick landmost fight. Blink and
But yeah, it's so hard to make up time on the Ganon's Tower climb against top players.
Yeah.
And there's nothing left up top here that could be of interest.
Yeah, no. They're just running through the tower at this point.
Grabbing that last heart and last magic refill there. Oh no! A single multiple fall is not enough to bridge the gap, unfortunately, but it does, raise the stakes a little bit. Humbug, interestingly enough, is only on 1.5 hearts. That's something to follow.
That's a little concerning, yeah. They only have 1 ball each, and I think it's empty for both.
I want to say, I feel like Humbug might have a green, but the green's not going to help you here. I mean, it kind of does, because you could use your cape a little bit more, I suppose.
Oh, here
is a blue. Okay. Thank you.
Never mind. Apparently I'm just scatterbrained entirely. Thank you. Let's get mold over the second time, though. For beer, and it's off to Aga 2. Time for some econometry. It's a double.
Yeah, sadly, powder was not on the way anywhere, and we've already turned into mushrooms, so... This is what Humbug's gonna have to go into Ganon with, which is... I mean, he's got blue mail, so he should be fine, but it's a little scarier than it should be.
Yep. Ooh, 2210 it looks like for beer right now. Yeah, 2210. 101. Yeah. Powder was on the Pod Vicky chest. Which
No.
You're not kidding.
Nope. That's an extra small key you have to pick up.
Definitely not doing that. In case anyone was wondering, as far as lava chest goes, see, I did check what lava chest was. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
What is it? I'm curious now.
Swamp Small.
Oh god. Well, if this were all dungeons.
Yeah.
Oh god, we got Tetris music for the Ganon fight.
I did look at the log to see what the lava chest was because of all those TRT shenanigans, and I was like, check.
But can we take a moment to just marvel at? I don't have a better word for the Tetris music on the Ganon fight.
Oh yeah, this is quite something. What made difference? Humbug getting the flips?
Hang on, it changed into something else here.
I have no idea what this new track is, yeah.
See, now it feels more like a music you would put in a fight. You know?
Oh, for Humbug.
I think it's just some sort of remix. And yeah, there's the they worry about the health situation. But if you're gonna die, that's where you want to die. So anyway,
Yeah.
get your GGs in chat for homemade beer, piloted by Moogle Charm, finishing with an official race time of 58:33.
GG.
This was a really good race.
This was. And we're gonna listen to a little bit of Hollow Knight here. Humbug already down to 2 hearts again. Gonna use
Yeah,
that
just
cape.
use the cape. Yeah, now I would just grab the wall and okay, we're good now. Oh no, we're not. He's gonna get an extra warp here, which is unfortunate. Now, of course, because he died in the first try, we get different warp patterns anyway. So all right, this will be a quick finish here. There we go.
That's gonna be GG's here to Humbug as well.
And Humbug will cross that bridge at exactly the 1 hour mark. GG's to Humbug. GG's to
GG's.
both our runners, both our pilots. Really fun race to call.
Yep, GG's. We'll see if the runners and their pilots want to join. Looks like we have got Moodle Charm in the waiting room. And there's beer.
Yeah,
We'll
come
see
on
if
in,
Humbug...
guys.
Yep, you guys can hop up. We'll see if Humbug and Will want to join us. GG.
Hello, GG's.
So I gotta ask, since this is the most recent thing, did you get the hook shot because you saw that you had a big enough lead to not worry about it, or was it just? I mean, what was the thought process? Because I know we saw you could hover, so
The thought process is hovering sucks.
fair enough.
I think it was our back pocket. If we were
Okay.
behind, we
Gotcha.
wouldn't have got it. So.
That makes sense.
At that stage, it almost forces them to go get it.
Mhm.
So
Right,
Gotcha,
'cause-
yeah.
it didn't
yeah,
feel
I
like
think-
a time sink.
yeah.
Like if he was gonna Moldorm bounce, that's gonna cost. And even if he does it perfectly, the
It costs
net
time.
time loss for us is like 15 seconds, maybe. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally makes
And-
sense.
it gets nervous when you're racing Humbug and Will. So
Yeah, exactly.
having the nerves trying to hover,
Mhm.
like let's just go get it.
Yeah,
Alright,
makes sense. Speaking of
yeah.
Humbug,
Yeah,
GG's.
Humbug. GG's Humbug.
GG's.
No.
Thanks, guys.
GG's. That was that was nerve. I think I told Moogle as soon as Ganon died, we crossed the bridge. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go vomit now. We'll be back for the interview.
Alright.
And I
Remember
haven't
to
even
eat-
had any beer.
Eat and drink afterwards. Preferably
Yeah.
not alcohol. Just a suggestion.
Yeah. So your routing was quite a bit different.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. I mean,
We so the mistake here was that we thought that Hera was a crystal.
okay.
We were
we,
wondering.
Yeah, Will, I think Will said that.
We thought that okay, with hookshot in GT, we need the Hera big key. Obviously, we do. Oh wait, it's a crystal. It's a pendant. We don't
Okay,
need
we
the
were
Hera big
wondering
key.
about that
I
whole
mean-
everything.
I mean, you got the Turtle Rock small key, and
Right,
you skipped the one in pod, so it wasn't a
Uh-huh.
complete waste. But
It wasn't, but it also required us to go to Hobo to get an early bottle,
Yes,
and then
yep.
to go to Sickit to get a mushroom,
Oh,
and then to turn
yeah.
in the mushroom to get the big
Yeah.
You both
key. And
ended
do
up
that,
getting
and we
that
did
mushroom.
all of that.
You
with
both
all
did,
of,
yeah.
we did all of that without boots.
Right.
Yeah,
So it
Yep.
was well. I mean, I figured that's perfectly fine since I'm not walking; I'm just fluting everywhere. But
Mhm.
still, it was very slow slow checks that we thought we needed to do,
Mhm.
but it turns out we didn't need to do any of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're joined now as well by Will. GG's.
Hey there, GG's.
Yo, Will. GG's.
Hey, well, GG.
I actually wanted to ask the same question of our other team, Beer and Moogle. You guys also ended up picking up that Hera big key, though you never did turn it in. Wondering your thought process. You did get the bottle from Paradox Keep, which was a little faster than the Hobo bottle, I think, but you'd also
Probably.
did the same chain.
I miscounted keys. I'm like, hey, so I need you to do the big chest in Hera. He's like, I need the 4th key. I'm like, no, you don't. Sorry. But
Yeah,
we wanted
were
to get
wi-
a potion anyway, so it was okay. It was just the flute back to get sick kid. But yeah,
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
that was my mistake.
Yeah, we were wondering because we saw like Humbug also played 2 mini Moldorm, mini Moldorm Keep, Ice Rod Keep for flippers early after doing
Yeah.
mini Moldorm Keep.
We
and
were
you skipped
thinking
it here,
something
so
in
we're
swamp.
like,
Something in swamp.
Especially
Well,
when I
like-
peek along and it's like, there's a swamp small and TR big key lava chest. Game.
Imagine if this were all dungeons. Oof. That would-
Yeah, that would have been brutal.
No kidding.
Would
I
be
did
better.
suss out pretty early that we could wait on TR a bit.
Mhm.
So I wasn't as like forceful about getting the ice rod and some of those TR keys.
Mhm.
It was more like the boots and 2 swords are available.
Yeah.
I think we should go get
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I mean, technically 3
Well, he
swords
said-
were available if you really
Yeah.
wanted them.
He said, "Now go into Hookshot Cave." I'm like, "Oh, am I hovering Hookshot Cave?" Like, oh, you don't have the hookshot. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, yeah, then go hover Hookshot Cave. Okay.
It was a very nice hover.
Yeah, so I obviously I joined the interview a little bit late here, but yeah, the Hera play was unfortunate in how it ended up kind of putting us a good bit behind, or at least doing all the things leading up to Hera was really the bigger issue. The first thing that I tried to tell Humbug to do was I was putting together the whole mountain route while he was doing Back of Skull Woods. So I was trying to put together everything. So obviously there's a lot going on there. We got boots at Super Bunny. I was going to try and get us into TR for the sword there, plus the sword in Spiral Cave, plus the cane in Paradox. So all of that, and then I was like, oh wait, Hera's right there. Can we do Hera? Okay, there's a TR key. We need that out of Hera. And I had forgotten that it was a crystal, or forgotten that it was a pendant rather. So then I was like, okay, well I know Hookshot's in GT. We have to get the Hera big key. Where is that? Okay, it's on Mushroom. Okay, where is the Mushroom? Okay, well we need a bottle. Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah,
So you know,
Yeah.
once you get down to like the 4th step of your fetch quest just to get a TR small key, you've forgotten why you were doing it to begin with.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
Yeah.
When
That's fair.
your route has 6 indentations in it, and you have to like perform them in this specific order, and then you just slam it down to the normal level again.
And
That,
even
and all of that was unnecessary. That's
and
how you know
even
you
the bottle. Even the bottle we got was the backup because I told Humbug coming out of Skull Woods, "Oh, we'll just go over to Boncrocs real quick and get the bottle there."
Oh.
Yeah, with one
Yeah,
boots.
that's
with what boots?
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair.
I don't know, dude. Look up an HMG guide. I'm sure it's possible somehow.
Oh yeah, but HMG starts you with boots, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to ask though, you didn't really need the flippers. Was getting the flippers partly just to speed up things like getting hobo and getting some of those things?
No, it was really at that point. I hadn't put together quite that it was just get glove, just get the other glove, just get Moon Pearl and get into Dark World and start doing things. So when we're going to Mini Moldorm and I'm looking for is there anything else that we can or should do, and I see Sphere 1 flippers in Ice Rod Cave, I'm like, well, we're probably going to need those at some point. So, and we needed the other thing that we needed at that point was we had to have 20 more rupees for chest game.
Yes.
So
Which is
the original plan was that I was sending Humbug to Ice Rod Cave just to get the extra 20 rupees from the Thief Cave there. And we pieced together that we could grab the 50 out of Back of Escape on the way over. So
Here in Moogle, you want to talk a little about your money issues?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was
that.
We figured out we needed the 24 chess game, and we got it. He's like, "Oh, C-shaped house has it." Like, great. Now go get the fire rod. I had 2 rupees.
Oh, but Smith. Oh my
I was like,
god,
oh.
that's so
And I-
And
dumb.
what's funny is that if we had stuck with the original plan and not done Back of Escape there, we would have done the same thing, because I'd forgotten about the 10 rupees for the Smith. Like, we
Well,
had 10 rupees at Mini Moldorm Cave, and it was like, okay, we'll just go get 20 rupees.
Well, freaking homemade beer somehow remembers when we were in Kakariko. What are we doing in Kak? I'm like, all right, you got to do Blindside, you got to do the well. He's like, well, what about bottle vendor, tavern, all that stuff? I'm like, oh, I don't know, tavern has like 20 rupees. So like it was like a throwaway item for me, right? And then he's at Smith. He's like, wait, I know where 20 rupees is, and he immediately flutes to 3. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, there's one in the tavern. I'm like, how the hell did you remember that?
Wow, we thought you.
It was wild.
That was
But no, that's
good.
pretty
I thought-
funny.
And we were attributing to you, Moogle. Oh, looking for those 20 rupees real quick. Where are they?
No, I was freaking out.
You, that's a mistake, Moogle. The beer's ego is just gonna inflate. It's gonna swallow us all. This is not good.
For real though, there is no worse feeling in this mode than being like 5 to 10 rupees short for something, and then trying to find 5 to 10 rupees just in a hurry, in a panic.
I was gonna
Yeah.
tell him to flute to 7 because the crabs are single rupees, and I'm like, you could just farm a crab, I guess. Like, I don't
I
know.
almost and hey, if you get enough of them, you get a blue rupee as a bonus prize.
Yeah,
Oh.
right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I almost told Humbug to farm there on his way to Mini Moldorm Cave before I came up with the Ice Rod Cave gambit that worked out so well.
I like that Back of Escape idea. Just do that at some point, and then you just have money for the whole seed.
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't even. That's like, hey,
and
that would
I wasn't even thinking about that. It was just like, Humbug had asked me, like, do we need to do Back of Escape? And I was like, well, at some point, there's an ice rod there. There's $50. You might as well grab it. And then, sometimes that's how your big decisions get made in Spoiler Pilot. It's just like, oh, by the way, go do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I need health. I'm gonna go into Paradox Cave. And Moogle's like, yeah, but you don't need the 2 chests. Like, well, too late, I'm getting the hearts.
Yeah, I couldn't do that because I didn't have any bombs.
Yeah. Humbug
that was
spent the
very
entire
cool.
seed. Humbug spent the entire seed between, I think, 0 and 3 bombs until we finally got an 8 drop off of one of the Pokies in TR.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
All right. Anything else any of you want to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Apparently, so this community has come far since I started playing, like 5 years ago or whatever. It seems like right now I am the sole player who does not hover. Why the
I don't hover.
beep? Why the
I don't hover.
do
Don't
I
worry,
get?
Humbug, I
Why
don't
do I
hover.
get the freaking hover seat?
Yeah, I mean,
That's like my main philosophical question. I know there's not an answer to that. It just is, and I will have to live with it. Anyway, thanks for the game. GG's again, guys. And,
Yeah, thanks for racing.
GG's.
keep on crushing, but skip over a game, will you?
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to start crushing again next week if you want to.
But
Yeah,
yeah, thanks
who
for
is
the
playing
restream
next?
and the game.
I was just looking at the schedule because we do have this is the first match of the week between these two teams. Beats from the East is up to 18 points. To Infinity and Pgog is at 12 right now. Beats from the East is
I
first
see
in the division,
That's
but pretty close. And the other match is indeed today between our two teams. It is later tonight. In about just over 8 hours at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have Relkin versus Drilla Ninja. We'll be here on this channel. It is confirmed for a restream.
Who is piloting those two?
That's the next question, yes.
I will.
Same
Definitely
pilots,
not me.
brand new runners.
Same pilots, new runners. Gotcha. Good luck then.
Yeah, good luck to our pilots. Our runners get good luck in watching, and which sometimes I think is the harder thing to do anyway. All right. Anyone else got anything to close off with?
I just, same thing. Thanks for the restream and the races, and good luck to everyone in the next race. Hopefully it's not a hover seat. Ever again, in fact.
Thank you.
I hope it is. Relkin can hover.
And Julo cannot.
Yeah.
Oh, so
There you
it's
go.
flipped. That's cool. Too bad we didn't match up the hovers and the non-hovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have made it pretty spicy, actually. That would have been fun.
Whose
Yeah,
idea was it to
absolutely.
put Hookshot there anyway?
I don't
anyway.
know. Why
Oh,
is
that's what I
that
was saying.
there?
The GT Big Key was hookshot locked because this game's stuff.
Oh my god.
Right, it is. Yeah, I actually thought that going through eyes. But,
Oh,
yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
that's
Supposed
right,
to
that's
do PT first. Anyway.
Anyway,
All right. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we do have that race. We also have three total races. Nope. 3 total races
Two-
tonight. One
yeah.
possibly could get a restream as well. I think pending crew. But the ones already on the schedule at 9 o'clock on SpeedGaming 2, we have Farm Friends versus Begone Pot, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna versus Slumberjack. At 9:30 on SpeedGaming 3, we have Terra Enigma is Great versus Oops All Foxes. That'll be Superman Taylor versus Trey Spire. And at 10 o'clock, we have the rematch of this matchup. We have To Infinity Pgog versus Beats from the East, Relkin versus Jewel Ninja. So yeah, make sure you tune into those. Star, it was a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Please do give both of our runners and our pilots as well a follow. Stuck all the links in the chat. Homemade Beer, Humbug, Will WC, and Moogle Charm. Thank you, Tracy. It's always fun. And thank you to Sam Moss for doing the
Yep.
tracking today.
Trackers always every fees. Thank you very much for doing it for us, and we will we'll let you go. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you tonight.
Bye, everyone.